What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Yo, what up? This your boy, Uncle Luke. Welcome to another edition of Yours Truly, Uncle Luke Show podcast. We're right here live, Friday. You see all the plaques in the back. People like this set right here. It's so sad that I can only show y'all so many. The ones over here and the ones right here. Then there's ones all over there. Then I got Ricky Jackson jersey over there. I got Derek Thomas. I got a Derek Thomas picture over there. Got Steve Smith. I got Blake Campbell. Blake Campbell, that is my hero, my son. His picture over there. I got my Pop Warner National Championship football ball where I got Devontae Freeman, Darrell Estridge. I got Charles Gaines Jr. I got all my boys in my first national championship Pop Warner when I coached it many years ago. See, that's what I did. I'm a real coach, not a fake coach. A real coach. I saw Cleveland Browns hired a high school football coach, and he's on the staff. And I'm like, still, what the fuck? Dolphins? When the fucking Dolphins is gonna call me? I mean, I want to be in the front office. When they gonna call me? The Dolphins ain't called me yet. I retired from football. I'm thinking about running for politics, which I'll give everybody that I'll give everybody the news on February 15th. I think I'm gonna go to Glenna Milberg show. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Glenna Milberg show, and I'm gonna make the announcement there. What about that? The number one show for politics in the state of Florida, Glenna Milberg. That's where I'm going. Channel 10, Miami, February 15th. That's when it's going to happen. That's going to be the real Super Bowl. Hey, shouts out to, hey, man, there's young guys here. Look at this. See, this sweatshirt. There's some young brothers. I saw at the DJ Khaled golf tournament, and I figure I would put their sweater on today. You know what I'm saying? Normally I'm wearing all the Luke gear and everything. Trust me, I got the Luke gear sitting right here. This sweater look good with this hat. This sweater look good with this hat. Hey, baby, it's ATL. These boys from the ATL, man. I like to, give a shout out to all these brothers. I like to support our brothers, black-owned, brothers and sisters, black-owned companies, where these guys do good work and everything, and they have they have their apparel, they have, and that's what everybody should do. Like yesterday, I was over there at Sundays in Broward off Citron, Trick Daddy spot. I did ride by Smitty's. I don't think he likes me, Mr. Chris Smith. He's not a big fan of mine. So be it. Don't know the brother, but it's okay. Everybody is not going to be a fan of yours. And that's how it works. But, I went over there to Trick that spot and had some turkey legs. Turkey wings. Turkey wings, candy yams, collard greens, rice. Man, I was eating like it was Sundays on Thursday. I hadn't had that kind of meal, and God knows how long. As y'all can see, if you look at all my social media platforms, I'm shrinking the fuck up. I've lost 35 pounds because I'm like, yo, I looked at a picture when I was on stage with Usher, right? And I had, not everybody wear big shit now. So, I wear big. I'm big. Like, this is big. We all wear it. But then I was like, I'm a little big in too many areas. Hey, I'm big. That's okay to be big, but then everywhere else you can't be big. But I'm like, yo, I'm about to look like motherfucking DJ Khaled and Rick Ross and all these people. Oh no. No. I'm slim and trim, and you know what I mean? So I had to go get it off. I had to get that shit off. Trust me. I was like, yo, I'm not. No, that's not my thing. I'm no. And that doesn't feel good. Getting out of bed, it becomes a little rough. And I'm a little old. So, when you're old and you're antique, you can't be having all them And you know, you can't have all that weight carrying you down, and you can't be eating all that bad shit and drinking all that stuff. So with that said, hey, look, let me get the show started. Thank you. Welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen. We are brought to you by Luke Records, and that's what we're brought to you by. And thank you for coming. Thank you for making this show a big show, a very important show, because listen, man, in the last month, we've did over 6 million views. 6 million views. Y'all give it up to y'all. 6 million views. So we're making a major impact into the market. There's no place I can't go where people are like, yo, I saw the show, man. That shit you said on the show, man, that was real dope. But some things I don't agree with. And we have a little conversation, and it's okay. It's okay. I like for y'all to put in the chat the things that y'all disagree with, which I got no problem with. If you be a little messy and you're trying to be a little slick in the mouth, that will not end up on the broadcast. But then before we always start the show, ladies and gentlemen, we want to know where you from. Put in the chat where you from. Where you from, in the words of Uncle Al. Where you at? I did see a little trailer. Like it was an Uncle Al documentary or something. Did I see something like that online? If so, I would love to talk to the producer. And, and another thing I would love to ask the producer, well, why the fuck was I not interviewed in the Uncle Al documentary? But again, it's not, everybody's not a fan of Uncle Luke, but I did do a song with Uncle Al, and Uncle Al was my guy. Me and him had a whole bunch of conversations about a whole lot of things that I would have shared. And, normally to get me on a documentary or get me on a podcast, it costs us a lot of money, but for Uncle Al, it's my guy. I fucks with Al. It's my guy. Love him to death. Love him to death. So if there is an Uncle Al documentary that's out there, please make sure you go and support it. No matter what, support it, because that's my guy. Just that simple. I want to tell you, I'll tell y'all Uncle Al's story some other time. But thank you for coming on the show. I know y'all over there at the YouTube channel, Uncle Luke TV. Hot shouts out to y'all over there. Shouts out to everybody on my Facebook page. That's my fan page. We got over 400,000 people over there. We love you guys over there. Some of y'all go over there to the YouTube and fucking subscribe over there. We need to get the numbers up on YouTube. Twitter. Shouts out to you guys over there on Twitter. I love y'all. I fuck with y'all. And Instagram. We are live on Instagram. Yes, we are. We are fucking live on Instagram. Let me make sure we live on Instagram because I be tripping over there. Yeah, we live over there. How y'all doing on Instagram? I had to come over there and see what y'all talking about. But I got my good. See, I'm styling the profile today. It's Friday. It's Friday. And I ain't got paid. Going across the waters on the east side. I may be going on the west side. I ain't got no money, y'all. Hey, man. It's amazing that when you work for yourself, you don't get paid on Friday. I remember used to getting paid on Friday when I was a chef at Mount Sinai Medical Center. And I would get my fucking check. That was a beautiful thing. I would get my money, and I loved it. It was Friday, get my money. I had my van. I had my van. My van was like the Scooby-Doo van. It was a Scooby-Doo van. That bitch had a bed in there. And just showing shit stank. I used to take some of the nurses in the back of the van, when I worked the night shift. Hey, come on. The van, we used to pull the equipment. We had a U-Haul. We went as a U-Haul trailer. We pulled our speakers and our turntables and our console and all that. And we go set up at the baby showers. I DJ'd at fucking baby showers. I did that DJ at bar mitzvahs. I did that DJ at car washes on the fucking corner. I DJ in the park. And on Christmas, boy, that was the big day. We paint our speakers and we go out there and DJ. And again, people think this shit was easy and like you just started. Like, no. Hey, shut the fuck up, dog. Shut the fuck up. The dog, okay. You're going to find yourself over here. It's not animal abuse over here. It's the animal abusing me. That's what the fuck is going on right here. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all ready for the show? Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the show. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Donald Trump calling the Obamas apes, in my opinion. That's what he did. He put it on Truth. So let me take these glasses off. I didn't see y'all. Fuck. Got these glasses on, trying to look all cool and shit. This ain't no time to be looking cool. It's time to be serious. Ghetto Style DJ, Johnson Street. Yeah, let them know. They think I fucking Johnson Street skating ring. They don't know. They don't understand. Hey, put in the chat where you from. I need to know where you from right now. There it is. There it is. Texas in the building. Miami in the building. Everybody is. Who else in this building here? Who? Carver Ranches. I love Carver Ranch. See what I'm saying? See, they think some guy said when I'm, hey Luke, you running for office, you thinking about running for office in Broward County. You from Dade. I'm like, Trump from New York. The senator from North Florida. The governor is not, huh? See, but when y'all put all that stuff in there like that, let them know. I'm South Florida. I'm Dade, Broward, Palm Beach. And that is what I'm running for. Broward, Palm Beach. If I run, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get that shit going. Hey, come on, put it in the chat. Where you from? Where you at? There you go. Hey, Central Rockets, 94. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. That's why I started my first high school coaching job at the Miami Central Rockets. There it is. Fort Lauderdale in the building. Yep. There goes Chicago in the building. Florida in the building. Hi, girl. How you doing? How you doing on a Friday, girl? How you doing? Hey, we got Broward in the building. We got everybody in the building today, boy. This thing is on and popping. Let me keep on strolling down here. Who else up in here? Who else up in here? Fort Lauderdale in here. The Bay in here. Pittsburgh in here. Boy, this is a big show today. Everybody is from everywhere. Everybody from everywhere up in this joint. Y'all just don't understand. Hey, they don't understand. They don't understand. See, people think they don't understand. See all these great folks from Broward County here. Those, if I run, that's the area I'm going to be representing. Lauderhill Lakes, Sunrise, Tamarack, Belgrade, Pahokee, Riviera Beach. I did say Sunrise. We're going to have the best fucking district with the most money and the most help. Listen, they could be jealous of us. I'm just saying, if I run and win, they're going to be jealous. Because my district is going to be so fucking dope. The kids going to have all the shit they need. The family members, the pay going to be raised up. The community going to be uplifted. All kind of businesses coming in, bringing resources in with the people from there. Not no people coming in. Boy, let me just stop. Let me just stop. This is the Luke Show. This is not the Uncle Luke Show politics show. Let me stop. Let me stop. And ain't nobody gonna punk us. Ain't no Donald Trump. Ain't nobody. No, hold on. Let me just stop. Let me stop. Let me get myself together. Back to the fucking show. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me just introduce you all to the one and only. This is the greatest. This guy that I'm getting ready to bring on here. He normally comes on here. He's a regular. This guy has the #1 youth sports platform in America. And it's not just became #1 now. He was doing this shit way before a whole lot of people. This guy was way ahead of his fucking time. He has Jeremiah Smith. This is how deep it. He has Jeremiah Smith videos. He videoed this guy when he was 4 fucking years old. He has Malachi Tony when he was little, when he was 8 years old. He had camps and he got all the footage. The motherfucker got all the footage of all these guys. You name it. This guy got it. Dalvin Cook, other Cook, you name it. You name it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to you all the world's greatest from Footballville, Mr. Streeter, straight from the villains. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You like that intro, Streeter?
Oh man, you yeah, man. I'm thinking about this like, damn, I do got all that stuff, huh? But we're not boastful people, man. We don't really boast about the things we did. You know what I'm saying? But I do. I have pictures of Jeremiah Smith with Footballville shirts on at the age of like 9, 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I can pull it up right. I can show you right now.
You talk that shit to me about me being, Luke, you need to tell these motherfuckers what time it is. You need to tell them, Luke. You need that. But you, same thing. See, we're just humble people.
Right.
And they teach us to be humble. When people ruffle our feathers and go to talk about, oh, no, it was, no, then we get a little, see there, who is that?
That's Jeremiah Smith with a Footballville shirt on.
Get the fuck out of here. You think, people, y'all think I was lying about this guy right here? This guy here was on the cusp of these kids before. And see, what people don't realize is this, Streeter. We see hundreds of thousands of kids. It's a God gift to know the ones who have that early, because when I see some of the stuff, when you interview Fernando Mendoza, people don't realize how deep that was at a camp. A Jeremiah Smith and all these kids that you gravitate to because you look at their body of work. You could tell at a kid at an early age that he has that thing. You know what I'm saying? That he's special. You
can see it because Luke, you get to compare it to, like, you have greats to compare it to, and I think that's what a lot of people don't give. I got to see Duke Johnson, I got to see Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Jeremiah Smith. So you get to see the best, right? Right now you have something to gauge it to. If you're from a place where you've never seen the top, you don't really know what the top looked like. So I created this scale. Right in my head, I got to see Teddy Bridgewater, so I knew when I saw Lamar Jackson, he looked different, right? So when it comes to Jeremiah Smith, real quick story, Jeremiah Smith. Listen, Jeremiah Smith wasn't always the alpha of his team. Like he when they were growing up, he had a team full of 5 stars. They wasn't 5 stars at the time, but they were all elite guys. They were number 1 in the nation. And he wasn't always the alpha. He was this little skinny kid, right? And he wanted to be on Footballville like the rest of the kids. I have videos of him talking to my camera saying, I told y'all they couldn't guard me and all of this stuff. But last year when they actually went to the Cotton Bowl to play Texas, his daddy calls me. Chris, what's up, man? Hey, I got a ticket for you. I'm sitting in the car with my lady. I'm like, What you mean? He's like, I got a ticket for you, bro. Listen, hey, find your way up there. I got a ticket for you. Cotton Bowl, Texas versus Ohio State. I know who took care of my kid when he was coming up. And Luke, you understand, we do this. We do it for the community. We do it for our passion. And we don't look for those things back, man. But that right there to me, I say, bro, you're a real one, bro. Because usually when they get to running fast, these people start putting them in rooms. They don't remember nobody. They don't remember anybody because their life is going fast.
You're right.
But he called me.
Definitely right.
Yeah, and I went to see him versus Texas, and that was a game where Texas put a safety over him, and they had everybody over him, and he didn't do well in that game. That was the one game where Texas was like, Jeremiah, you're not going to beat us. And after the game, bro, he came after the game, took pictures with everybody. It did not bother him one cent. I thought he was going to be mad because I remember as a kid how competitive he was, but he understood the assignment. He basically said, hey, listen, the safety came up to me after the game and told me, bro, listen, hey, man, coach told us we couldn't let you get the ball.
Exactly.
That's what it was all about.
You got to practice. Right. Just that simple. We ain't finna let this beast here, do that to us. And unfortunately, that's what happens in college football. Most people don't understand that.
Right.
You can't really get away with doing something like that in the pros because you got so many other threats that's all over the field. So you just got to pick your poison. But no, man, that's a dope ass story there. And see, that's why I tell people, all the time, the stories that you have, with these kids at an early age, that's special. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could just jump on a kid. Oh yeah, he Jeremiah Smith now. But
Right.
He was Jeremiah Smith. Then, like you just told a story of a young kid just trying to figure out his way, not knowing whether he was going to be the Jeremiah Smith that people seeing right now of him. And he got a long way to go because, you know, he still has another year. He's going to ball out. He got a whole NFL career. Hopefully we can have a gold jacket on him, first round ballot. You know what I'm saying? So that it's a great story, man. And the beautiful part about it, it's just so many stories like that. But it's a testament of you being able to know talent. You know, everybody don't have that. Like people always say, Luke, you never miss on that. Not too many artists you didn't miss on. God gave me a gift. God gave me a gift, and my talent is I know an artist, and I know artists who got that it. I can listen to a song and be like, nah, I don't think so. And I have friends right now, I ain't gonna call no name, that they'll run something by me. They'll run by 4 or 5 songs and 4 or 5 artists by me, and I'll be like, no, this one right here. And then they'll be like, man, you sure? You sure? And I'll be like, yeah, that's God gave me that gift. And I say, just run with that one right there. But man, I'm gonna run with this one. Run with that one. And before you know it, they run with it, they come back. God damn, this is the biggest motherfucking artist in the world. Oh my artist. God. And
give me one artist you picked out in a room by yourself and nobody know you did it.
Shit, everybody on my label.
Not on your label. Not on your label. One artist that you was like, hey man, I think y'all might have some here.
Man, there's a lot of them. It's quite a few. Let me take this. That's a trick question. That's a trick question, which is a great question. But if I say the ones that, you know, first of all, it takes.
You just gave your suggestion. Listen, let me take the heat off. No. You just gave your suggestion. Let me take the heat off you, dog.
No. It takes the record label. I'm just because you got to give credit to where credit is due. You got to the record label, right? The record label to take an artist and produce them, put them in the studio, spend money on them, sign them up. They have to believe in them at that moment. So you can't take away that part of it. You know, they can run some stuff by me, some music or whatever, and I may say, I like this one right here. I like that one. You know, like my friend.
Talk to me.
You know, my friend Stan. He asked me about Sexy Red. You know, he had all these other artists, and I heard Sexy Red. I was like, no, that's not it.
You had to hear it had to be Booty Hole Brown because that was one of her first songs. So when you heard that,
and everybody was like,
what did you hear?
Let me tell you what I see. It's I don't like giving my people my recipe and my formula. You know, the whole formula is it's like this when it comes to me, right? I'll give you a little formula. I listen to one, which I was taught. You have the authentic voice, right? Number one. You have to have a style that's taking you down a highway with no traffic. You know, if your style and appeal is going down a highway with no traffic, that's why a lot of people always come and be like, oh, he sounds like Boyz II Men. Oh, he sounds like A$AP Rocky. Oh, yeah, I got an artist. He sounds like. That's the wrong thing to do. You got to go down a highway,
right,
where there's no traffic. You had to be original and you had to be authentic. Now, tell me, was there anybody talking about Booty Hole Brown down any highway? And that was, you know, hey, look, representing the ratchets of all ratchets. You know, so I'm like, you know, these girls with the blue and purple hair, they don't have a hero. They don't have somebody that they could call their own. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the entire package. I'm like, no. I'm like, man, this girl here gonna be special. And it's crazy because, you know, I remember the same year I was doing BET, I was performing on the BET Hip Hop Awards, the 50th anniversary, right? Mm-hmm. She had this record out going crazy and everything, and we all went to LA. I was performing. I had to go do the red carpet. And my good friend Stan the Man, I love Stan the Man. That's my dog. He got a whole bunch of artists. I mean, he got a great studio. The best, probably one. If I met a guy in the last 10 years that's a real good, genuine, lovable dude, and he don't like the spotlight at all. You know, dope as fuck. Dude will give the shirt off his back to anybody. That's the type of dude Stan is, right? And we out there in LA and they giving him a hard time by getting on the red carpet. And then it's like, you good. You know, and it was like the Booty Hole Brown. Oh man, BT tripping about, you know, how big her song is Booty Hole Brown. You know, and let me tell you, Streeter, I can respect that because I was the outcast. You know what I'm saying? I was the one doing, you know, don't stop, pop that pussy, let me see you doo-doo brown. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all that. So I was the outcast, not invited to anything. So I can relate to where she was and where he was. You know, he got a hot artist, the song blowing up, it's hot as fuck, it's simmering like a motherfucker, and they don't want to let her on the red carpet. So what ended up happening?
Right.
I said, you know what? I said, hop in the car with me. Fuck that. You know, because and you know, they got slick now. In order to get on the red carpet, you got to get in a vehicle and they'll take you to the red carpet. You hop out the vehicle because back in the days, everybody just be sneaking on the red carpet. They have mass melee. So you got to get in a car and you got to drive to the red carpet. I wish I would know we was talking about this. I'd have pulled up the picture of me and her in the car. I say, we're going to take a picture of this moment right here. This is going to be your first time on a fucking red carpet, Red. And so we get in the car, boom, right there. She's like, Luke, I never been on the red carpet. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then the girl with her, I don't know what she was doing, the hair and makeup girl, the PR girl, she ain't no needs. Was like, I don't know what to do. And so we ride and then we get out the car. And then here come the producers, Luke, Luke, come on. We listen, because you know when you go on the red carpet, they have your name on a thing. Uncle Luke, ladies and gentlemen, then you step on the thing and you start taking pictures and shit. Yeah, announce you and all that. They're like, Luke, come on, man. Come on, man. You're gonna get all us in trouble here, man. This lady talking about Booty Hole Brown and shit and everything. I'm like, okay, she's with me. It's like, is she your date? I'm like, she's with me. I'm like, Sexy Red is with me. So I get on the bed. Now, they ain't mind you. They don't have it set up for her to be like, yo, ladies and gentlemen, Sexy Red. So I had to do all that. So I go on the red carpet. I say, Red, whatever you do, we cannot hold hands because all my girlfriends will be very upset. They will think it's me and no. So we're going to go here. So I don't know what to do. You're going to see an X on the ground. And when you see the X on the ground, that's where you stand there. Just follow me. And at some point, you're going to get it. And then you're going to go on your own. So in the first thing, they say, Uncle Luke. And then I say, yes, ladies and gentlemen, and Sexy Red. I'm like, Sexy Red. And we standing there. If you look at the pictures, if you go online and look at the pictures, that was her first time going on the red carpet. She was scared as fuck. In that van, she was damn near about ready to get out the car. She had a money, stack of money and everything, and she hopped out the motherfucking car, had her money, and then, you know, me and her standing up there posing and like, yeah, give him something, girl. Give him something. Give him that shit. You know, I'm gassing her up, you know, because you can't capture that. Next thing you know, we go to the next stop, and we like, yeah, Sexy Red, and all this posing and all that bullshit, right? And then that's it right there. Damn, feel good. That's her first picture. That's the money. Right. That's her first picture. There you go with me and her.
Look at her. Look at her.
You got the picture. Oh, man, that's some wild shit there. That is her first time on the red carpet. And my ass sitting up there like a superhero. And we eventually, as it went on, I eventually, you know, left her right there and she started handling her own business and people loved her from that point on. But listen,
Why you didn't want to say she was your date? They would have announced it that way.
Oh, no. I would have did Red a disjustice. How would she be dating an old man?
Oh, you're
And then
thinking
all my
about
little girlfriends would have been highly
about
upset.
her. You're thinking about look how empathetic. Look
No,
how
I was thinking about Red. Red didn't need to be with an old guy. She need to be, hey, look here, man. But that was a listen. That was a hell of a the drive, the little drive, and me coaching her up. I wish I had the picture of us in the car because we did take some pictures in the car, and it was, man, she was nervous as fuck right there, and I was like, nah, don't be nervous, just let me coach you up. I got you. And so at the end of the day, she got on there on the red carpet, did her thing. My man Stan was, man, he was so fucking happy. He was so happy, and everybody was, she took a life of her own. People were not scared of her anymore, because she's really genuinely a sweet young lady. I remember playing that shit in Twitter Spaces, and women were like, "Oh hell no," So, shouts out to Sexy Red, man. I love Sexy Red. I love what she's doing. That's the same thing. I Cardi B and all them my girls, man. Because the thing is, Streeter, that's the shit that I was fighting for. When they deemed my record obscene, and I had to go back and get it overturned on appeal. If I wouldn't have got that record overturned on appeal in federal court, then all them Booty Hole Brown and all that shit like that, and all the Lottos and everybody else, and the Cardi B's of the world, they wouldn't be able to sing that shit. Lil Wayne couldn't be saying he got fucked by a lady cop and all that, because those songs could have been taken off the shelf by law enforcement at any given time, because it would have been case law that would have been still on the books. To say, oh, we got case law. You can't sing like this and all this here. And case law is what gets you in trouble. It's not necessary. It's called case law. That changes the law of the land, and that's why I love what those girls are doing.
Were there rock groups or white groups that were obscene before? Because I know rock could be pretty hardcore.
Hell yeah, and that was my thing, Streeter. That was my whole thing. It was like, you got Andrew Dice Clay.
Yes.
Dice.
Yes. Yes.
Streeter, have you heard that motherfucker on the record?
Yes.
I mean, you had rock groups that was biting the heads off of chickens and shit on stage. You had Ozzy Osbourne and all kind of fucking, it was more shit going on with rock and roll. And I always looked at myself like a rocker, to be honest with you. I thought of myself as a rocker, but they was doing more shit on stage than a little bit, pissing on each other.
Ozzy Osbourne. Who don't know who Ozzy Osbourne is, right? Ozzy Osbourne, you know him from the TV shows. He was a little crazy at the end, but he's actually the theme song of the Road Warriors. Remember the wrestling group, the Road Warriors, Iron Man? Like, we all knew the Road Warriors, right? Like, they created the theme song. He used to bite the head off a bat on stage.
See what I'm saying?
And they didn't want Luke to have girls twerking.
They didn't want, exactly. And so the crazy part about it, since I'm giving y'all an educational law lesson up in this motherfucker right now, the crazy thing about it is that's how we won the case. Because at the same time, like, everybody keeps talking about fucking Puff Daddy and his parties. Right. And Epstein and his parties, which Epstein is a little different. Allegedly he had the little girls up in there, which is a no-no. But then when you really look at what Hugh Hefner was doing at the Playboy Mansion, everybody naked.
Unbelievable.
Allegedly everybody naked, all kind of things going on up in there. I mean, Playboy magazine, the goddamn what is name, all kind of magazines, all kind of networks and all kind of shit. So we use that in our hearing, which is what they have is a test. They call it the Miller test, and the Miller test is basically what, to dummy it down, other than talking law language, is a test of what the community standards are. And the community standards you test it by saying, okay, do they have this in the community? Do they have that in the community? Do they have this in the community? So our thing was, yeah, they got a Playboy magazine. Yeah, they got a Playboy network. They got all these different things and everything. You got Andrew Dice Clay. All these things are being sold into the community. So therefore, how could you then say that this is not the community standards? And so that's how we got the record overturned in federal court. But that dumbass Judge Gonzalez, you know, he did the wrong thing. But yeah, so that's our little history lesson for today, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by Footballville. Footballville was the best place where you can get all your good information. See, we got mad stories
about Footballville.
So we got all the fucking stories in the world here, people.
Listen,
this guy is a walking historian.
Oh man, we could tell stories. We could tell stories all day long. If I could tell stories, man, listen, bro. I was watching your story when I was a kid, trying to goddamn go with my sister to the base station. So I know you could tell stories. But one thing that's been going viral here recently, man, is about Epstein and Jay-Z, right? And this is you and Jay-Z on the Peep Show. I'm not gonna play this video. Y'all can go find it on your own. The Peep Show was off the chain. Who produced the Peep Show? Was on what network? I thought it was Playboy or pay-per-view or some shit. Like, what was it on?
Oh God.
If I hit play, they might kick it off. But we just gonna keep it right here. You and young Jay-Z.
Hold on, you don't want to do this.
Kill that baby ain't mine. Kill that baby ain't mine.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, recently, like, all right, now I didn't know how far you was going to go with that. All right.
Hey, what you say? Hey, you're right.
Because I know this video right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to get the frame right on this one. But this is you and young Jay-Z on your Peep Show, right?
Correct.
And you had a lot of artists at their early stages on your Peep Show. Tupac, Lil' Kim.
That was the actual show I was getting ready to show you, but you're right. It got a little too graphic.
Yeah. I thought you had done edited. I thought you did some work on it, but this man about to show the goddamn on the uncut. What did BT used to call it? Uncut?
Right. The uncut version. No. Yeah, we'd have been all in trouble.
But here recently, Jay-Z people have been trying to connect Jay-Z to Epstein when they should just be trying to connect Trump, the goddamn president, to him. But and this came back up again. Jay-Z on your Peep Show. The guests were just a guest. The show was set up the way it was set up with girls, and the girls were doing whatever live on camera. But tell us about how did Jay-Z end up? Because this is not Jay-Z from 1998. This is older Jay-Z, right? Younger Jay-Z. How did Jay-Z end up on the Peep Show?
See, that's a good question, man. You always get the good stuff out of me. That's a great question. I'll give you the story of that. This picture, and just like you say, first of all, Jay-Z is an incredible guy. Jay-Z is probably one of the most nicest, decent dudes that you can ever be around. Imagine this man put in his work. I mean, this dude helps people in the back end. He ain't the motherfucker that's gonna sit up there and be talking all kind of shit to people. You know what I'm saying? He's not a hater. He's more uplifting than anybody that you can imagine. When you see this man giving away money and getting people out of jail, that's him. He ain't doing it for no fanfare. You know, most of the shit that he do, It don't even talk about it. He don't even do press release. He's almost like me and you. We just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how this dude is. And going back to the original question, how that came about. I was doing this show called The Peep Show. It was a show that I was doing on Action Pay-Per-View. It was a pay-per-view network that BET owned, but they wasn't doing nothing with it. Right back then, everybody had a pay-per-view, and I went to Bob Johnson and said, I got this ideal that I want to do a show where, because everybody had adult versions of their videos. So you would send BT and MTV a clean version of video, and but you'll do an adult version with the adult lyrics on the video, and you would send that to the nightclubs, and they would play that in the nightclubs. So I said, let me do an adult version of a video show, and we'll put it on this pay-per-view network. People purchase, time on there, but then added, we'll go and interview different peoples in their setting. Like I interviewed Lil Kim. I got the footage of that on here. Right. I interviewed Biggie Smalls. I went when Tupac got out of jail and went over and interviewed him. But in this situation right here, me and Biggie was friends. We became real close friends. Big come down, he's hang out with me, stay with me, go to the Pac Jam, Big, Junior Mafia, the whole 9 yards. So this one young guy, I always like, Big, who is that? Man, that's Lil C's, that's such and such and such, that's Fate, that's this one, that's Lil Kim, that's all these people. Okay, that's Jay. That's Jay, man. He gonna be straight, man. That motherfucker that could rap. He gonna be all. So Jay-Z was the guy that was hanging out with Big. He was like you see a entourage. He was a member of the entourage, just waiting to get on. Just like everybody.
Just the guy.
He was just the guy.
Just the guy.
And so now Big know I'm doing this show, this Peep Show, and everybody, the show hottest shit in the world. It's similar to what you see Shannon Sharp doing, where he's sitting down and talking to people. I'm gonna get all the videos, and I'm, and I'm gonna start airing these things, cleaning them up. But
cleaning them up.
I own the show. But what happens? I had a disgruntled producer allegedly, and he ran off with all the fucking tapes. And every time I call BET to give me my tapes, they can't find them. So all the shows. So if anybody out there got all the episodes of the Peep Show, send them to me so I can air them. I got a couple of the episodes. But anyway, in this case, Big called me up and say, Luke, man, I need you to put Jay on the show because once you get on the show, you're gonna get hot. Jay ain't had no record out.
Right.
Yeah, it was just me showing my homeboy love, and that's how it normally happens. And so Jay sitting up in there, he the last person to get interviewed. I was interviewing a whole bunch of other people. I had one guy. Here's an interesting story. There was one guy that I was interviewing on that particular show. That guy had went to school with Puff Daddy. He said he was in school with Puff Daddy. Now, mind you, this is damn near 25 years ago. So I'm interviewing him. Jay-Z standing over there waiting to be interviewed. The young guy, he got to be waiting to be interviewed. So we interviewing this dude, and I don't even know where the fuck this dude came from. I think it was the producers. The producers brought this dude. I'm like, why am I even interviewing this motherfucker, right? A white dude. So he started talking about Puff Daddy, right? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yo, so what's up, man? How you doing? Da, da, da. I'm interviewing this. I'm like, they give me I asked him a few questions. Then he just went on this whole rant about Puff Daddy and high school. And then he started saying where the name Puff Daddy came from. And I'm just sitting back like, okay. And he had this whole thing of why his name was Puff Daddy. And I'm like doing like this. Now, mind you, Jay-Z standing right over there too. And Jay and Big and Jay. And so homeboy started going in on Puff Daddy. And I'm looking at the producers. oh, so y'all got this motherfucker up here that start talking about this ain't this kind of show. Now I'm saying to myself, I'm about 2 seconds for slapping the shit out of one of these producers. I can't do that, but I gotta keep my composure. And he's sitting up there going on about Puff Daddy and what he like and what he don't like. And Jay sitting over there, you know, still young guy.
All New York dudes, they all from the same place.
New York dudes. So now, mind you, what's happening? You know, back then they had the big brick phones. I see Jay pick up the phone and start dialing and shit. So Jay had them start dialing, hey, big, this motherfucker on here saying puff this and puff that and puff this and puff that, right? And I'm sitting up there like, what the fuck, right? Boss. So I interviewed Jay. We all sitting there. You see him sitting there. And then this, again, it ain't like he had a record. So when I interviewed Lil Kim, she had a record. When I interviewed Akinelli, he had Put It In Your Mouth. So we put It In Your Mouth scenario. We put Lil Kim in like a little harem. We did Aaron Hall in his element. We created the element around the artist when we interviewed them. So obviously it's like, hey, Jay.
If Jay didn't have a record, Luke, like how did somebody ask you to do a favor? Like how did he get like
Biggie Smalls? Biggie Smalls asked me. So I'm sitting there talking to him. Hey, if you hear the interview, I'm asking him about himself. I'm asking him about all the things that he's doing and everything in his life. And so we talking and we having a conversation. If you see, you will hear that. Yeah, I'm getting ready to put out my first joint and I'm getting ready to do this and da-da-da-da and all that there. And now, mind you, what I always did in my interviews was I always had shit going on around you where you were preoccupied with your eyes. And like, so when I do ask you a question, you'd be like, yeah. But you'd be like, yeah. I said, hey man, are you gonna jump off a cliff tomorrow? Yeah. hey. So me and him sitting there, and Jay sitting there like this here. Mind you, at that time he had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend at that time. It wasn't Beyonce, and so he was like, "What the fuck?" So I got the girl sitting there next to him. And I'm laughing.
Listen, bro, the girls are right next to Jay. If I hit play on this video, the girls are right next to Jay doing whatever to each other. Okay.
Hey, yeah. So he's sitting there. I'm like sitting there like, you know, cause I'm testing him up. But hey, if you bought that life, let me find out. And the girls up there, that motherfucker doing like this. Jay is trying to get so far away from this shit here, right? Because he know he's gonna be Jay-Z of what we see right now. He's like, what the fuck? You know, I was like, this nigga for real, right? Every 5 minutes, yeah, man. Like, yeah, man, I'm doing this here, but shit. Hey.
You've seen Jay-Z numerous times after this, right?
Yeah.
Has he ever said anything about it? Does he remember?
No, we laugh about it. Let me tell you, that's my dude. But let me tell you the crazy part about it. So we got this shit going on. And so the girl going down on the other girl, and the girl lifts her head up. This is the funniest shit ever. The girl, she down there on the girl, she pulls her head up. And it's all red on her face. and hold on. And at that moment, I was like, oh shit. I was like, everybody else, I'm like, oh, y'all gotta get this shit. And then no, it was, listen, that whole interview, and then mind you, by the time I got off the set and doing the interview, I started getting 1,000 phone calls from Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy, if you know anything about Puff Daddy, if he's looking for you, he will call you 100,000 times. And he was like, yo, man, you can't air that shit. He had to call up the executives at BET, and they were like, fuck that shit. We're going to air this motherfucker. We don't give a shit. And all that there. I'm like, okay. And then he was, man, Luke, man, please, man, Luke, man, please don't let that shit go down like that, man. Buddy is saying some wrong shit, and that shit ain't right, man. That man trying to fuck my whole career. And again, I didn't know where this interview was coming from and why I was even interviewing him, because it made no sense. I thought, okay, I'm interviewing a guy who knew Puff Daddy back in the days. I started getting it. And I thought he was going to be talking some good shit about him, but he was talking some real real shit. And then I had to then put down on the long story short, I had to put down on the network and say, no, we're not airing that. You know, we are not airing that. It was like, no, but the show ain't about that. The show is about, you know, I say, look, it's my fucking show. And we're not going to air it. We're going to cut that shit the fuck out. And that's how it's going to be. It's just that simple. You need me to go look at my contract? Who own this motherfucker? Well, we putting up the money. Okay, well, we ain't airing that part because that ain't got no business in the show. I ain't had no business even interviewing this motherfucker. He coming up here to talk shit about Puff.
Was he anybody? Did he turn out?
Knew exactly what this man was going to do, but y'all ain't tell me.
Did he turn out to be anybody? Who was he, Lou? Did he turn out to be anybody? Who was he? He just was a guy?
Man, let me tell you, I left that shit right there. I left it right there. But Buddy had some things. And so now fast forward to now.
Talk to me.
And I'm sitting up here and they're like, a lot of these allegations and all these things.
Buddy was early.
I'm like, oh, 50 Cent would have got a hold of that footage.
Oh, so he got
corroborating some stories. You talking about corroborating some stories? Old 50 Cent missed that footage, and if 50 Cent would have called me and asked me for that footage, I'd say no, nope, we ain't doing that.
Luke, have you ever paid attention to that Puffy Biggie style, taking the old school music and then Juicy and all that? It sounded similar to what you did with Poison Clan. Like, was that happenstance? Because you kind of did it first. You was taking old songs, making them into rap songs, making them into hits.
Well, it was already being done before. You know, everybody was sampling James Brown. And all that. Everybody was sampling a lot of stuff. What we did different was we took stuff like Dolomite. We brought in adult. And that's why it was so bizarre for them to be trying to attack us, because the shit that we were doing came from records that was already out. You had Millie Jackson out. Like, why the fuck y'all ain't banning her? You know what I'm saying? Now, I love Millie Jackson to this day right now. But you had Dolomite, Leroy Skillet. You had all these people. We were sampling that. That's what made us different. And we was cussing on the record. Unlike them, they sampling James Brown. We sampling Dolomite and Honest and Red Fox and all these motherfuckers like that. You know, shouts out Dolomite, God bless his soul, good person. But at the end of the day, man, that's what made us different than the average. You know, you had New York guys, you know, doing their style and James Brown, and you had the California dudes doing their shit. And we were like, okay, we're gonna be where we from. Girls run around bikinis on, half naked, strip clubs, they get butt naked, and we live in sun and fun. We ain't got the muffin clothes on. That's what we was all about. And so that's how we left it. But yeah, man, that was you know, that was a very interesting moment.
That surfaced on Twitter here recently, man, because everybody wants to talk about Jay-Z. That surfaced on Twitter here recently.
Because they want to talk about Jay-Z. Jay-Z, let me tell you this, man. Jay-Z and what Jay-Z and all this wild shit with little girls and all that, man, that man ain't on that shit. That man never was on that. One thing about it, hanging out with Big, just being in the entourage, you have access to the most beautiful women in the world. Right then, hanging out with me, you have access to the most beautiful women in the world. One thing we all pride ourselves on, when you hip-hop, we don't fuck with little girls. That don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you see all the things going on with Puff Daddy and all that. That was the two consenting adults. Whether you don't put your hands on nobody. I don't condone that shit. But it's very slim that you will see a hip hop artist fuck around with some little girls. And I listen. If they say, Luke, will you put your name on the a line? No, that man ain't on there. That man is not. He's not on that. You know. Right. Now I do know one artist that they told me that I booked to the Splashdown, and they told me don't have no young girls around. Please do not have any young girls in the backstage. He was a singer. I'm not calling his name.
That was on the rider. That was on the rider.
That
Pecans,
was on the fucking rider.
apples, no young
I'm
girl.
not calling no names. I booked him because again, I was a promoter and still doing concerts and shit. I booked him. And they said, Luke, whatever you do, do not have any young girls in the backstage. I was like, really? That shit true? And now the manager, and I know the manager, if I say the manager name, y'all put 2 and 2 together, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. And it was like, do not have no fucking 13-year-old, 12-year-old, none of that shit back there. See, y'all in the chat, y'all.
Why wouldn't you say it? Is he still? What will he say? Is he still singing? Is he free? Is he in jail? Why wouldn't you say it?
Listen, I don't want to get this. They told me specifically, and the manager was a good friend of mine and his wife. They don't have no young girls around there. And I told all the security, whatever y'all do, don't have no fucking young girls around there, nobody around there. And here we go. I had a fucking little intern. She was about 17. And I forgot, and the interns, they be working. They just all over the place. And I never thought, we securing them shit. Don't let nobody back here. And next thing you know, I saw the little intern walk by. I was like, oh my God, right? And it said, I was like, but it dawned on me like, it's a rule. You don't fuck around with the people who work with somebody, right? So we working. And then all of a sudden, then it dawned back on me, where's the fucking intern? I'm like, yo, where's the intern? Because I know we got this predator on the loose.
What?
Motherfucker told me. They told me.
No book be predator.
Bro, it was this guy manager that was telling me. The date manager told me this. It wasn't some news article or don't have this shit around here. It was the manager. His manager told me don't fucking have these people. I'm like, what the fuck y'all dealing with? You're dealing with a cage animal. And it was like, Luke, it's a long story. We'll talk about it some other time. Man, I'm looking for the goddamn. Hey, I'm looking for the girl. And the girl missing. I'm telling everybody else, where is the girl? And man, let me tell you, all of a sudden, then the show goes, and next thing you know, man, they say the girl on the road with him.
Oh shit, Luke, man, you done.
I had to call the manager up. I said, let me tell you something.
Girl down, man.
I said, whatever. I said, let me tell you something.
Intern safe, man. What the fuck?
I told him, I said, let me explain to y'all something. Do not, under no circumstances, let anything happen to that girl. I'm telling you, like, the girl was like, she young girl. It was a friend of mine. It was his daughter. She's working, nice, pretty girl, little Hispanic girl. And I was like, I made sure my assistants kept up on her and she bring your ass back. If I had to go get the girl, I'm going to get the girl. Hey, but again,
I mean, but the tough part about that is this. Like, we're talking about, I often say a name, but that's crazy. You didn't even say a name. We're talking about young kids and wanting to be around stars, right? Which is very fucking difficult. Kids will go against their fucking parents. To be around some of these hip hop, some of these R&B, some of these rap stars. And it's a tough situation when they start preying on these little girls. Nothing in that Puff Daddy trial said anything about little fucking girls. Nothing. But this Epstein shit. Oh man, Epstein got a whole documentary on Netflix where the motherfucker was in West Palm. Motherfucker took out all high schools in West Palm. he took them all out. You see what I'm saying? But the Epstein, but the crazy part about it is you got all these people in this Epstein shit, and at the end of the day, ain't nobody go to jail. It's like all these predators around these little girls. Number one, you shouldn't have no little girls without them being accompanied by their parents on some fucking island, and all of a sudden nobody goes to jail. The DOJ can't find nobody to go to jail. Only thing they got anything close to anybody being punished is the goddamn prince, because he leaning over the little girl while she on the ground. And all these
billions of emails saying who was doing what and who was doing what with who. You know the man was fucking with little girls. It's like the difference between Epstein and Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner had a bunch of grown people. Puff Daddy had a bunch of grown people at his parties and things like that. This man had nothing but little children. It's almost like, okay, what party do you go to? The party where the host gonna have little girls, or you go to the party where the host is gonna have grown women or models and shit like that.
Right.
People knew what this dude was doing, so all these people that attended this shit was on that. And so again, you can't tell me no fucking Jay-Z. We all have went to places and we left. I went to a Puff Daddy party. I ain't see none of this shit.
Right.
I ain't see none of this shit going on. I went to a Donald Trump party at fucking Mar-a-Lago. I went to all these places and I leave. So, you know, hey, did I see anything? They always ask, Luke, what did you see? I see nothing. And because again, I don't know, my presence is different. You know, they know, hey, look at man, hold on, man. I'm on Luke for the kids, for real. And so ain't finna be no funny business around, even if it's a bunch of grown motherfuckers doing some wild shit. Have I been around parties where there's a bunch of grown people doing grown people shit? Yes, I have. Did I want to engage or indulge? No, I did not. I'd take my black ass home. It's just that simple. So people do shit. We all have went to a goddamn bachelor party. You went to a bachelor party. You didn't invite me to your bachelor party, Streeter. Shit, y'all. You and X have parties at the goddamn tailgate with the damn dancers with bullet wounds.
That's X thing, man. That's X thing, man. You like the bullet wound stripper.
But when you're dealing with the little children, and you know, that whole Epstein shit, man, and everything what's going on right now, even with this shit here with Obama, with Obama and all this Trump posting this, it's all a distraction from the Epstein.
I think
which
so.
This is disgusting. What you think about this, Streeter? Him posting some shit this.
I think
Black History Month now.
I think
which I don't believe in.
I think Trump. I think Trump, like you said, I think is desperate for the media attention to be directed in another way, and he knows how to emotionally get to colored people. I mean, it's almost like a light switch you can flick on with us. And now we're posting this, right? Right? We're posting this instead of the shit that should get him impeached. This was posted on his Truth, which I don't know where the app is, on his Truth app, which he created his own app and stuff when Twitter kicked him off. You know what I'm saying? So it's listen, man, it's horrible. It's Black History Month. It's disrespectful. Then they tried to come back and clean it up and said that they made all the different presidents and vice presidents and wives different animals, and Trump was the lion. But this is everywhere today, man, and is definitely it's horrible. And I mean it's him showing you who he is, or his group showing you who he is, or the people around him showing you who he is.
It's
unacceptable.
You know, this black people are monkeys and apes shit go way back.
Yeah.
This is something that goes way back in the days where they would call us monkeys and apes. They would damn near had scientists saying, look at the black people and compare the monkey and the ape to a black person. And that's what the fuck they are, is monkeys and apes. So when you're playing with black people like this, this goes way back. Maybe they think that all the people who went through this back in it's almost like, you know, it's like this is how they referred to us. When they said the N-word, the nigga and all that, this was followed up with this. You know, and that's why a lot of old people got a lot of problem with the N-word, because the N-word was used as a derogatory term by the white man. And then we called them the crackers. And then they had a problem with us calling the crackers. But then they did segue into y'all monkeys. Look how y'all run fast. Y'all jump fast. Y'all are monkeys. Y'all are apes. Look at the face of a monkey and look at the face of a black person. Look at the body type. Look at how much more athletic they are than a fucking than a white person. You know, so it was like some real derogatory shit. You know, look at the lips, look at the ass, look at the legs, and look at all this. Black people are fucking monkeys. That's what they called us, monkeys, when I was little. And that would cause major problems. That was fighting words. Right. It was a nigga, but then it was calling you a monkey became deeper than rap. And so a lot of young people right now, whether they're from the age of 35 on back, and they don't understand that part of the history. They don't understand how deep that shit cut. Trump understands exactly what he's doing because he's old as fuck. And all the rest of them people in Congress and all them old motherfuckers in Senate and all these other Aryan Nation people because and these terms that they would use against us. And so it cuts really, really fucking deep. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy is doing, Buddy put this on here, you know, I look at Trump doing some clown show shit. I understand that he's feeding his base. A lot of times I can see through the politics and all the bullshit that what he does. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it's like, okay, all right, he feeding his base. But this shit right here, this right here, this has went overboard. He went overboard. Even mega motherfuckers is saying he went overboard. It ain't just, you know, one side, you got mega motherfuckers, and then you got dumb motherfuckers like this here who playing like it don't exist.
Under any circumstance, should be sending out to millions of people.
Well, I've not seen that video till you just showed it to me.
How the fuck you ain't seen that video? Bro, listen. I saw that video before I saw my own lady in the bed with me this morning. Bro, I rolled over. That shit was glaring on my wall like a projector. That shit was everywhere. How you not see that video? That's bullshit. I've not seen that video. No, man, you got people apologizing. Black platforms coming out saying I voted for Trump. I don't want to hear your apology. I don't want to hear your apology. You stupid. You knew what he was on the last time and how his last presidency ended. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear your apology. It's just ignorant if you did it twice in a row and you knew you didn't really stand for that. You know what I'm saying? So keep the apologies to yourself. But he's went too far. But like you said, I just think it's all to redirect, Luke. I try not to be triggered by certain things, man. I try not to be, especially when I know it's ignorance. What's gonna come of it, Luke? What's gonna be the result of it?
Let me tell you something. What it is, it's what's gonna come up of this. The bottom line for us people who are woke, who knew what he was all about, and who Kamala Harris told you what he was all about. And if you read any history books, it will tell you what he's all about. Trump is a salesman opportunist. Bottom line. Yeah. He's going to gravitate to whatever sells. Trump was a card-carrying Democrat for many, many years. Trump found a niche, which was called the Tea Party. The Tea Party was the party that was formed by a lot of racist Republicans because they wanted to get away from the establishment of the Republican Party, and they wanted to go more harder on black people and more harder on immigrants and things like that. Trump took that party on steroids and created MAGA from that party. You know, everything, you know, just appealing to the worst kind in America, which is these racist people in rural area who did not want to vote at all because they looked at politicians in the regular Republican establishment as y'all don't support us. The shit that y'all got, y'all just another motherfucker in a suit. So they woke up a base of people, which was people in the rural area, trailer park. White people just don't like Mexicans, don't like black people, the most racist people in the world. And he woke that party up. to then support him because the average Republican is going to support the average Republican regardless. But then those people were the difference makers to then get him over the hump, similar to what Obama did when he ran. Everybody got a damn voter's registration card that don't normally vote, and that become landslide. Obama just whooping people ass because he woke up a group of people, young people in the black community that don't necessarily vote, but then they said, I'm going to vote now. Trump woke up the worst of the worst kind in America, the racist of all racist people, and them people went out and said, oh, yeah, we fucking with him because he's not like the regular establishment. The regular establishment, they're going to vote Republican no matter what. Do they agree with the shit that he does? Hell no. Half of them. But they vote for the taxes. They vote for all the shit that the party gives them.
Right.
And so this dude consistently feeds those racist people in his base. And so he feels like I got to keep feeding them. I got to keep feeding them the bullshit. Plus, on top of it, he has two things going on. He's trying to distract people from this goddamn Epstein files. You know, okay, it's always something crazy happening. Oh, we're going to go take a president and hijack this motherfucker. Now you ain't talking about the Epstein files. We're going to do some other shit. Now you ain't talking about the Epstein file. We're going to then go and take all black history out of all parks and shit in America. Now you distracted from the Epstein file. Oh, we're going to put Trump name on the Kennedy Center and drop Kennedy name. Oh, no, we're going to leave his name. Distraction from the Epstein files. Week after week after week. So now we're going to put Obama and Michelle Obama as monkeys. As fucking, you know, he knew because the Epstein files was the big talk between the Epstein files and this young lady mother being stolen, and I hope they bring that lady mama back home. Savannah, he needed something to distract the motherfuckers, and so you come out with the worst of the worst this time of the month. This month where everybody's celebrating Black History Month, and I don't believe in that shit because you can't just define our history in the 1 month. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a big distraction, but he went fucking overboard. He went overboard. This is not politics as usual. This is hate. When he's talking about, man, if you look at Donald Trump was the main one talking about Obama was dividing the country. If this ain't dividing the country, I don't know what it is. But what needs to come out of this, you ask the question, it needs to let people know, black people, y'all, and we told these motherfuckers, y'all playing with us right now. You niggas who going over there to vote for this motherfucking man, the man got a 2020 plan and you're not included. If you go over there and fuck with this man, he's gonna fuck you more ways than one, and we're gonna be sitting up there saying, fuck around and find out. And everybody consistently is fucking around and finding out, include the Venezuelans, the Mexicans, the Cubans, the Haitians, everybody who was fucking with this dude, and these dumbass 9% of black people, these so-called FBAs running around on Twitter, running out there fucking with this man because they paid you off, or you thought it was cute to go against the black lady, to go against the grain, and that's what we're at right now. That's what we at. We were hesitating fucking with Kamala like as if it was business as usual. This man, listen, I'm all for free speech. He could do what the fuck he want to do. I'm a Constitution guy, but at the end of the day, he is who he is. Trump is who the fuck he is. He's going to do, he has the microphone. These dumb motherfuckers sat home and let him get voted. These dumb motherfuckers went and voted for this motherfucker here. And you got a bunch of white people who are out there getting their ass unalive, who supported his ass too, because y'all didn't want to fuck with them. More white women in the Democratic Party voted Republican in this last race than they ever did because they didn't want to be led by a black woman. And their ass out there fucking protesting right now. So we sitting back in the catbird seat doing like this, minding our own business until he did some dumb shit like this. Until he did some dumb shit like this. Now you want to bring us in the argument? At the end of the fucking day, Trump, and any other you motherfuckers, that motherfucking military is 50% blacks. The military 50% black.
Only 50?
The police department is 50% black. So you don't want that smoke. Y'all don't want that smoke. So keep us out of your bullshit. Keep fucking with these immigrants. Y'all keep doing that. You keep fucking with everybody who you gonna fuck with, but don't bring us into this bullshit. Don't do this. I hope they took this shit down. This motherfucker need to get up there and issue an apology, because last time I checked, it's niggas in the military. And we ain't finna kill each other. You got federal police, got FBI agents right now that's quitting, that's black, saying, I don't want to be a part of this side of history. It's niggas in the it's niggas in the FBI, it's niggas in the CIA, it's niggas in the military, it's niggas in the motherfucking police department. And we ain't took no oath to fuck our people over. So now when you want to play games like this, now you get ready to try to start a fucking civil war in this country. And we ain't finna be bitched up by nobody. So he need to go keep playing with these goddamn immigrants and these Mexicans and all these other motherfuckers. Leave us out this conversation right here, because it ain't gonna be Jasmine Crockett running around here screaming. It's gonna be deeper than this.
Right.
And see, I'm just saying, you know, I'm a little passionate about this, Streeter.
I
don't want us to be in no civil war and innocent people get fucked up while him and Barron and this foreign bitch he got that hopped on an airplane and hauled ass, while all of us out here fighting each other for no fucking reason because of this dumb motherfucker. This is a setback, major setback. And he need to be man enough to get his ass out there and say, look, I fucked up. I should have did that. You know, I crossed the line. But you know he ain't gonna do that.
Nah, he's too prideful to do that. This is how they tried to clean it up, though. This is how they tried to clean it up. They tried to say this is the original video. This is how they tried to clean it up. But for it to start off the way it started off, you can't tell me they didn't know exactly what they were doing, bro. You can't tell me they didn't know exactly what they were doing to start off the way it started off.
Listen,
if they knew to make Trump a liar, if they knew to make Trump a liar, making Obama and Michelle gorillas is definitely a slap in the face, man. And they keep pushing the envelope, bro.
You keep pushing, and that right there, just like you say, Shrita, you want to play games and all this funny shit. You don't make them monkeys, because you know the backlash of that. Trump ain't stupid. The people who put this shit together ain't stupid. Anybody who approved this ain't stupid. They know the history behind blacks and monkeys. They know the history behind blacks and monkeys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to play games like this, make Obama and his wife the giraffe or whatever the fuck it is. Make them an eagle or some shit like this. Don't put no black person, him, a House Speaker, or nobody near no goddamn monkey outfit. You don't do that. When you do that, you know what the fuck you get ready to wake up. You get ready to wake up an entire nation of black people who sitting over here, mind our own business. Now we're aware. Okay, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. You don't want that. And let me tell you something. America don't want that. They keep talking about we 13%. They've been saying we 13% of America for fucking 100 years. We're more than 13% of this motherfucker. We decide elections and things like that. We're $1 trillion group of people that we need to take shit like this and stop bullshitting and getting bought off by all these goddamn special interest groups, and then do what? And support our own. This needs to be a wake-up call. Tell me how you really feel about me. All these motherfuckers voted for this motherfucker here thinking he was going to get him a stimulus check like he gave him the before, which he did not give him a stimulus check. It was Nancy Pelosi that gave the motherfuckers a stimulus check. And I had a motherfucker tell me, man, you know, I really fuck with you. I was a nigga. Why do all kind of bad shit has to be referred to as nigga shit, as black? Bill Clinton gets dick sucked in the goddamn White House. Oh man, Bill Clinton, first black president.
You're a
That's he a nigga. Oh, that's some nigga shit. Ain't no what? First of all, nigga get that job. He's not getting his dick sucked in the White House. Obama didn't do it. And that's a big problem. And that's a big problem for these motherfuckers.
One of the most professional presidents we had, Obama and Michelle. Could you imagine what they was dealing with and how they stayed unscathed?
That's why the wife could have won this shit by a landslide. She said it. I don't want no parts of that White House. The wife said, I don't want no parts of that shit. Michelle could have ran and beat every motherfucking body in there. She didn't want to go in there. She didn't want no parts of it. And so, yes, they were going through some shit. But again, Streeter, these people, see, and the biggest thing right here, they talking about the Epstein files. Obama and Michelle ain't nowhere near that shit. The closest thing to Obama and Michelle that they could dig up and try to drag into this bullshit is Jay-Z. He's the most influential black person next to Michelle and Obama in America, whether you fucking like it or not. That's why they need to try and find a black man to drag down in this bullshit. That's why I tell everybody, do not go for the okie doke. Jay-Z don't let them, because it's always, oh yeah, we got a nigga, we got one of your people, and they were at the party fucking with the little girls and all that. That's the whole play, Streeter. People on here, that's the whole play.
Luke, how many times?
They need a nigga to be in this whole movie. That island or whatever the fuck was going on over there, they wasn't fucking with no niggas. They got paperwork where they got emails where it was like, yo, we don't want no niggas around. We don't want no nigga girls. We don't want none of this shit. Thank God.
Right.
Because listen, if there was a black girl, black teenager up in there, some black mama would be, this shit would be different right now. I don't know who the fuck these little girls' mamas is, and I'm seeing the little girls out there. The mamas, shit, it'd have been different. I'm gonna just say that.
How many times in your stardom, right, when you were coming up, right, that you got invited to these parties to be with people, and people just was telling you, hey man, that's where everybody gonna be at, bro. You could politic, and you went there, you didn't know what was going on. You walk in like it's your first time, because the blueprint is not always laid out for us, right? So we walk into these rooms, it's our first time in the room. You know what I'm saying? We trying to fill out the process. Like, you don't really know everything that's going on at a place you was invited to. I'm sure, Luke. I'm sure you was invited to places. It was your first time. It was most people, black people, first time being invited to some of these rooms.
I'm gonna tell you, Streeter. Most people know what I stood for. You know, gullible people in the business, people who just want to be a part of the crowd, people who just willing to do whatever the fuck it is to be up in there, you know, in the in crowd. People will sell their soul to try to get on. You invite those type of people to the party. And then people who are on a certain level that they come to the party and you had them over there and they trying to find whatever. They never invite me to them parties. And if
you started off as a boss,
some parties,
you started off as an owner, like a boss. I get it. You kind of started off as the exec. Like you started off as
I started off like
you was never like a starving artist willing to do
before all these motherfuckers here, I was Street. Before all these people, I was, you know, it's like, okay, man, hey man, Luke on? They would come to my parties, you know, the Luke concerts, the Luke Osteens and all those, you know, and shit like that. There, it be in a controlled environment. But at the end of the day, no, because when I go to a party, and that's why most of these guys, even the guys around here, I don't get invited to these parties, because it's almost like the Don just came in here, so I kind of fuck up the party. It's almost like, you know, people got to look up to me, and I don't ask for that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So it's like, you know, okay, Luke is here, you know, and man, he's a legend. His legend is here, and all this and everything. So I don't like that, and a lot of people don't invite me because of that, which I understand, and I'm cool with that. And I'm always on my own shit. You feel me? I I ain't looking for no party. I ain't looking for the party with all the strippers. Been there, did that, bought the t-shirt. Don't need that. That don't faze me. I'm gonna be the dude sitting in the corner with a Coca-Cola and have me a drink because one, I'm not touching no stripper. I'm not doing it. I don't like public property. You know, I'm the guy that'll talk to the girl who working in the back who hard working. Now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't interested in all that.
Right.
You know, so they don't invite me to these type of soirees for many, many reasons. Like I went to Rick Ross' party the other day, man. Had a great time. That was one of the few parties that I went to. You know, I went to DJ Khaled golf tournament. You know, and is there a lot of parties going on around? Yeah, events and things, and you know, and all kind of stuff. I mean, I ain't on there. I mean, you know, that's just not me. I go to some parties and I be looking at all the mannequin women and shit in there, and I'm like, and all the boys, they want to buy these girls apartments and they, you know, it's a lot of tricking and there's a lot of simps. I'm not a simp and I'm not a trick, so that's not my type of party. And so, you know, the girls be running around. They already know I'm not on that. So I be, oh, that's what it's a pick me party or choose me or who you choosing? No.
Man, I remember when we first started doing business together and I started being around you. You know what I'm saying? And I used to leave the house. I had to tell my lady and shit. You know what I'm saying? She pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But after a while of going, shit, at some point I started just saying, "Hey, man, you want to come? Because we ain't doing shit." Like, I know what this motherfucker, I know what he be doing on TV, you know what I'm saying? But being around this motherfucker is about boring as it gets. Nigga, we going to eat pizza, we going to talk football, and we going to talk about some money. we going to talk about, hey, where the next bag come from. That's it. We ain't doing shit. You want to come? Hey, so listen, man, I got a question for you, bro. So listen, you put your coaching hat back on for a second. College football has
I'm fucking retired.
Huh? Nah, fuck nah. You ain't retired on this show though. You're gonna be the coach on this show. So as long as we on here, you the coach.
I'm fucking retired. I'm retired.
College football has changed to a point where, man, you could boost your roster up in a second with the portal. Once again, the University of Miami, right, in the wide receiver room, has guys, Upshaw that's been there. He's coming off an injury. A Josh Moore, who you've talked about numerous times, 6'3", 215-pound wide receiver.
That's my guy. I love him. I like him.
Then they've brought in a Vandarius Jackson, a wide receiver from South Carolina, playmaker. They brought in a Cam Vaughn, another playmaker. And then they brought in Barcade, which is Darian Mincer's homeboy, 1,200-yard wide receiver, right? If you're the coach, Luke, and you're in that room, how do you put those guys together and get the top 3-4 guys on the field, knowing that you already got a Malachi, arguably top 2, top 3 best receiver in the nation? How do you get those guys in the room, motivate them, right? Stop them from killing each other, and get the best 3 on the field?
See, now you're trying to drag me. Why you see people in the chat?
How does Uncle Luke? How do you like? How would you?
You see what this nasty work Streeter is doing,
bro?
You see, he trying to drag me back down this
That's tough.
Kevin Beard rabbit hole. You see this man? I moved on from it. I got away from it, and this man is asking me these kind of questions right here. Y'all see Streeter's doing nasty
this ain't
work.
got nothing to do with Kevin Beard, bro. Kevin Beard, this man, shout to you, dog.
I ain't said nothing. Everybody in the
celebrated together. This ain't got nothing to do with Kevin Beard.
Hey, he's specifically talking about receivers.
Because it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough situation that only in the past 3 years college football has to deal with.
Streeter, do you really want my honest assessment?
I saw you deal with some stuff at Edison this year, right? And I saw how you dealt with it. But this situation where you're bringing in guys that already have stats, then you got a guy who arguably has more talent or upside than all of them. How do you how do you get the best and get the best on the field and keep everybody happy, even if you can?
Streeter, okay. since you want to go there, and you trying to make these people come out to me again, get upset with me.
Give your own assessment, dog. Like this ain't got nothing to do with nobody. They may learn something from it. They might learn something from it.
They're not going to learn something from it because they're going to think that I am going after the coach. And it's not me, people. It is Streeter dragging me down this rabbit hole here. It is him. I'm not Streeter.
What's up?
I think they had the talent last year to be able to do what you're asking them to do right now. But they utilized the talent? They did not.
Right.
They had prolific speed, fast receivers. And see what they said? He's like, Luke about to open up on Beard. I'm not bothered with Beard no more.
No, we don't got to
you just say, I'm going to answer the question in the most politically correct, real way that I possibly can without dragging Beard into this. Because ultimately, that's a fact. Beard is not the offense coordinator. Mirabal and Shannon Dawson is. So, with that said, I think they had the talent last year. I mean, when a JoJo, a 5-star receiver, can only get 13 balls and 16 touches in an entire year, that is horrible. That is mismanaged. I said for the longest, the offensive side, it was offensive malpractice going on. Even though we made it to the championship, but that was on the back of Fletcher and Malachi Tony. It wasn't nobody in the offensive line. It wasn't because of the creativity that we were using and the things that we were doing on the offensive side of the ball. And some excellent fucking defense, out of control defense. I looked at the roster last year and looked at the talent that we had at receiver position. I looked at the running back position. When I went into the year after coming back from the practices and things, I said, man, they got a 5-wide set that's like some NASCAR Indy shit. That them motherfuckers could take the top off of shit and Malachi could work his way in the underground up underneath and all that there. People would have to respect that. They got some big receivers on the outside. They got JoJo. They got Malachi in the slot. They have Ray in the slot. Then they got 7 and 0. You don't know what they were going to give you. 7, you catch all kind of incredible balls. And we can run the tunnel screen with a Malachi or Ray guys are going to get missing, not the wide receiver, the slowest guys on the field, which what we've been doing previously.
Right.
I looked at the group of receivers that we had and say, man, we got some weapons. Motherfucking Beck going to throw for 5,000 yards with this shit when most people thought we had not that many weapons. But it wasn't the case. We had 9 and we had 87. Yes, that was a difference too. You got 2 good tight ends that can get the ball and you can change the different packages. Malachi don't come off the field. He comes in with a tight end package. He in the 2 wide receivers. He comes in, and you still use him. When it's 4 wide receivers, then you got the Ray, and then you got Malachi. You got 2 big receivers over there, 7 and 3. That's how I looked at it. I'm saying. And then it would be a competition all year between Ray and Zero, not Malachi and Ray. You know what I'm saying? All 3 of them competing and doing some different things that each one of them could do. And so along with Fletcher, I saw Pringle, but I didn't, I know he was the baddest thing in Tampa. And by being the baddest thing in Tampa, that means you a bad motherfucker. If you're the baddest thing in Tampa, baddest thing in Duval, baddest thing in Broward and Dade, you're a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time when you get your opportunity. And so when I looked at the offense, I said, man, they got some shit over here. They're not slow like they was the year before. George and Restrepo was slow. You know what I'm saying? We were very, very slow at receiving. I told you on a consistent basis, Streeter, we ain't getting no separation. You came back, you sure? I'm like, Streeter, I'm looking at the game. We're not getting any separation. And that's very important. And Cam was still doing what he was doing in those situations. But I say this year, we're very fast. This shit fast as a motherfucker right now. But I don't see them using them people like that. So we can get all these receivers in But it becomes the question of the creativity of the offensive coordinator. How is he going to use these guys?
Right.
And and I don't think he has the ability or the mindset or the cachet to be creative to be able to use all these guys. And I think it's, in which I hope, and then you got the little mirror ball saying run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Arguably your best player coming back and the most productive one is Foe and Malachi. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts with Foe. It starts and ends with Foe. Because if Foe don't get off, you stop the run, then you can do anything in the world with a receiver that you want to do. You feel me? So it's a run. NFL and anywhere else in the world is run first, pass second. Because now when you running the ball effectively, you gotta put assets to stop the run.
Right.
To then give people one-on-one shit. And so how he used these receivers, I'm just glad my guys at ECU over there with Mr. Beast Mode and fucking out of the equation. I'm not gonna be talking too much about this shit. Only on this show. I'm not going online because anything I say about receivers goes all the way back to Ray, which they don't realize that I've been in this motherfucking University of Miami from day one, when half of these bitches weren't even born, who gets on this internet talking about, oh, Luke don't like Miami, Luke don't like Mario, Luke don't like, no, motherfucker. I was the motherfucker. I'm 65 years old. I was a motherfucker at 5 years old with my motherfucking jersey on at the motherfucking Orange Bowl when there wasn't nobody in that bitch. So it cuts deep. Is there room for improvement in every area of that team? Yes, it is. And if there's a coach that needs to improve, that's Mario's job to improve that area. And if you don't address the areas that need to be improved, that's the shit gonna come back and bite you in the ass. You feel me? And so again, to answer the question,
more creativity. So you saying more creativity?
I don't think he has the capacity to be creative in the offense. I think his offense is what it is. It goes through the slot receiver, and it's going to be running the ball. They're going to decide whether they want to run up the middle until somebody stop that. They just realized how to run on the edge with Pringle. You know, you had to go in there and ask him, like, what the fuck? You had to go and cuss out all the goddamn media when the media and the fans booed when we ran up the middle. It's like, bitch, you don't see we run up the middle and getting stopped? And then he gonna have a meltdown, the OC, and then now he's teaching guys to run on the edge and pull and shit. And now when you're trying to teach these guys how to pull in the middle of the season, the first thing happens when you got guys pulling or guys running outside zone, they go offside. And that's why we had so many guys going offside, because they like this, get ready to go. You know, they ain't did this shit all year. And so now you got motherfuckers going offside, trying to get to where they got to go at in a real fast way. So hopefully he install that and practice that this year with the O-line. But again, balls. You got to be able to run outside zone. You got to be able to pull motherfuckers in there. You got to be able to run up the middle like y'all like to do. You got to be able to bring in different packages of receivers. You know, this guy, Luke Streeter, he's going to throw it to his homeboy. They did not get in a van and come together. And he's not going to throw the ball to his homeboy. That's going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to be sitting back looking while I'm sitting. I'm be on the app at the ECU game. Me and Mr. Beast Mode. Mr. Beast Mode. We're going to be sitting there. I'm going to be looking at my with the ECU defense going to be on the field, I'll be looking down at that app. Oh, shit.
I know. I just think they're going to throw the ball a lot more. I think they're going to throw the ball a lot. That he spread the ball around at Duke. He spread the ball around at Duke. A lot of those guys.
Was Shannon Dawson the offensive coordinator?
No, but Shannon was here with Cam Ward, and he spread the ball around. A lot of people
spread the ball around.
Huh?
Cam Ward.
Right. So I think Mensa. I think so. You think Duke has some offensive juggernaut at OC over there?
Streeter, y'all are not going to be able to use me as the scapegoat. I'm not going to get on here and say nothing bad.
I asked you about this year, and you went right back to last year, and I said I didn't say nothing about last year.
I got to give you the history. You asked me a question. I got to bring you up to speed. You asked me a question about
creativity.
how this man is going to use these receivers and all this shit that he brought in. You got the little fast white boy who you told me about. Shit, we might have about four white boys on the field at one time.
No, we ain't there yet. We ain't got the Clemson yet, but dude, we got a fast white kid, Van Stafford out of Cali. Yeah.
What? Yeah, you gonna have two white boys in the slot. Oh shit. Hold on. What the other white guy who caught all the balls? Where he play?
He outside. He outside wide receiver.
So you're gonna have one white guy in the slot, you're gonna have Malachi in the slot, you're gonna have the white guy on the outside. Oh shit.
As history trivia, has Miami ever had two wide receivers on the field at the same time?
Fuck no, never.
Other than garbage time.
Hold on, then you're gonna have the tight end. At one point, you're gonna have three white people on the field at one time and one black receiver.
It don't matter, dog. Like ballers are ballers. You think they come in colors? The greatest wide receiver in Miami history was Hispanic.
Hey, listen, man. All we gotta do is win. I ain't got nothing to do. Don't ask me about the fucking. Hey, look, I'm not answering no receiver question. All I know is I love my D-line coach. I love my O-line coach. I don't know who's gonna be the running back coach. Speaking of running back coach, Clinton Portis wants this job. You got a lot of former Hurricanes. You got Santana Moss. You got Adrian James. You got all these guys saying they want Clinton Portis to be the running back coach. I think this is the most pressure. You know, I love Clinton Portis too. I'm a Chris Perkins guy, but that I think Chris Perkins is arguably one of the best running back coaches in the nation at FAU, but. Everybody wants Clinton Portis to be the running back coach. You see Miami hiring Clinton Portis as the running back coach?
Where is he now? He's coaching.
No, don't go on mute now, goddammit.
High school. Where is he now?
Clinton Portis
Where is he now?
I'm confused because he was at Delaware State. Then I saw some article where he developed this one young guy. And this guy now going to Arizona State and whatever it is. So Portis, I thought he was over there at Delaware State, and there were rumors that he was going to FAMU, Delaware State, and there were rumors that he was going to FAMU. But I know he wants the job at Miami.
His son is at the program, right?
Matter of fact, I talked to him last night, and I kind of coached him up on some of the things that may happen and how it works and all that. But I did tell him at the end, you just need to get on the phone and call Mario.
His son is there.
Guys,
his son is there.
All the former players, Adrian James, and all them guys co-signing Clinton Portis.
His son is there. His son is there. He's been there. He was there on a lot of the recruiting parties and stuff like that. So he's been close to the program. I mean, but if you look at Mario's track record, man, as many times where we've yelled, former Kane wants the OC, Clint Dorsey, and that doesn't seem like that's how he does business.
No, yeah.
Period.
Yeah, you got
that doesn't seem like that's what he jumped to. I know plenty of Canes have told me they went down there just to want to help out, be around. And that's not something he jumped at. Now, he has a lot of pressure off his back now. He went to the national championship. Yeah, he seems like a happier guy. He seems like happier. He seems more laid back. Maybe
he got the monkey off his chest. But maybe the question be you dodging the question. So do you think he's gonna give Portis opportunity to coach? I know he probably give him an interview that'll cool off some of the former Canes, but I don't think they really give a shit about it. Just like you say, Mario can do what he want to do.
No, I haven't seen him doing business. So I'm gonna say no. I haven't seen him doing business that way. So I'll say no from his perspective. Do I want Clinton Portis down there coaching? Hell yeah. Whoever the coach come in, I'm not gonna know him.
Somebody says 3 former players on the staff. Coaching? No. Those no.
Kevin Beard, Damian Lewis. Kevin Beard, Damian Lewis. Who's the third one?
The other guys in the back room, they drive golf carts.
That's a villain. That's a villain down there talking trash too, huh? That's
Yeah.
Damian Lewis, Kevin Beard, and Mario.
Mario don't count. Mario don't fucking count. Mario's the head fucking man.
And Chris Young, Chris Young know better. He know the conversations we've had. As many ex-Canes we've had that wanted to come help and be coaches down there, and Chris Young, you know better, dog.
Yeah, because
Mario is a former Cane though.
But in all fairness, he did have Duke Johnson down there, right?
He was for a second. Duke Johnson was living too far. Roland Smith
drive golf carts.
Oh shit!
Roland Smith drive golf carts.
What do you mean he drive golf carts? He a coach.
Roland, no, he don't coach nothing. He picks up the players and drive them around campus. That's what Roland Smith drive golf carts, and the other guy, what his name? What's my other friend? I like him. I like Roland Smith. The other one, he drive golf carts too. They work in the same office. Rump. Yeah. Rump is on the staff. Rump drive golf carts too. So Roland Smith and Rump drive golf carts. They don't coach nothing and nobody.
They don't teach anybody about backpedaling. They don't teach about getting in out your breaks. They don't do none of that shit.
No, they drive golf carts. They pick the guys up and they get to pick up their rental car. They go get the rental car and pick people up at the airport.
They get paid good money to do it though, don't they?
They get paid good money. Yeah.
I ain't never seen Roland Smith smile so much when he was at Central. Every time I see that motherfucker, like, Street, what's up? He happy to the motherfucker.
Yeah. He got a sweetheart of a job. He get to fly on big jumbo jets and ride all over the country. I told Smith the other day when I saw him, I said, Smith, you getting a little too heavy. You better lose some motherfucking weight because you eating too good. But I'm just saying, man. But you still dodged the question.
Oh, I answered it
about Porters.
No,
you didn't answer that question.
I answered it. I don't. Mario don't do business like I haven't seen him do business like that. So I'll say no. He won't hire him. Now you know how this works, Luke. As fast as I say he won't hire him. Breaking news: Clinton Portis hired the Miami Hurricane. That's
Hey, the fastest way. That's why they asked me to tweet something about in support of Clinton Portis. That's the fastest way you don't get hired. That's why people talk that shit about, Luke going in on Beard. I say Beard ass. Beard will not get fired because I went hard on Beard, and it would be looking like I'm running the program if Mario was the fire Beard. If Mario fired Beard right now, they'd be like, man, Mario fired that motherfucker. Luke went in on him, and then it looks like I'm running the program. You're right. Mario don't operate like that. If I get on there and say, hey, Mario, hire this guy. He's the best thing since sliced bread. Even the University of Miami. I told the University of Miami, don't hire Manny Diaz. Hire Lane Kiffin. Y'all see how that shit ended up. Oh, God. You see how that shit ended up, Streeter?
Oh, my God.
Hey, those motherfuckers went to total. Hold on. And it got better. When I told University of Miami to hire fucking Lane Kiffin when they hired Manny Diaz and they bought this motherfucker out of a contract and goddamn Tulane. No, not Tulane, but Temple. The man had signed his contract at Temple. I called the athletic director myself and say, hire Lane. Lane will walk down there. He don't even want no fucking money. He getting money from USC and every motherfucking body else. The Raiders and all them. He just wants the fucking job. And the AD was like, Luke, man, look at these boosters and shit. I said, okay, give me 5 minutes. I said, Lane, they talk about this booster shit. Then Lane said, okay, I got one thing for you. Hey, he had the booster call me, a fucking billionaire. Say, Luke, whatever them motherfuckers putting into University of Miami, I will double that motherfucking shit because I believe in Lane. God damn it. I was like, oh, shit. So I called up the fucking AD and said, AD, I got booster right here. So whatever boosters got a problem, so we're going to eliminate that problem right there. There's no reason why you can't fucking hire Lane. He got boosters that going to come in with double the money, and he still didn't hire him.
Fail.
He didn't hire him. You know what happened? Next, Streeter, the fucking AD calls me back. Hey, you think I can talk to that booster? He can still be a part of the program. Man, fuck you. That's how that shit went down.
Hey, Chris
like,
Bradford
you
said,
really
Chris
gonna go
Bradford
and
said,
hire, you really gonna get Mario Manny? You gonna get Manny? You gonna pay $20 million to get Manny and his defense coordinator from Temple, and you got this motherfucker down here? And now what happened? So I know talent. I know talent, people.
Chris Bradford said,
Blake
Beard ain't
James
going
did
nowhere.
that. Yes, he did. I know talent. Only person that did listen to me when I said hire him was Mark Richt. Because I did get on the phone and call Mark Richt when he got fired. And I said, you need to give us 2 years. I know you want to go lay it down. I still got the texts on my phone. You want to go lay it down? I said, man, go get Mark Richt. Blake James did it. I said, he's going to bring the program to where it needs to be at, but he ain't going to be here alone, Mark Richt. They cut the deal. I was surprised as fuck because they never listened to nothing. And then when I told Blake James, hands was tied because the same booster went to the head person of the fucking shit. It was a lady. He went to her house and said, I'm coming here with all the money. And she was like, oh, it's beyond me. It's a lot of other people in the I ain't gonna get too deep. So I'm not gonna put it totally on Blake James.
Y'all want to see Luke lose his shit, right? Y'all want to see Luke lose his shit. Chris Bradford said Beard ain't going nowhere unless he takes another job. His position room consistently producing. The only box left unchecked is draft picks. Luke, I gotta get off here. I ain't got enough time to be on here. Luke, I saw somebody say this on
y'all
the
keep, I'm not trying to talk about Beard. Why y'all keep
and Luke jumped into people come. Luke, I saw you do something in somebody comment section I have never fucking seen in my life. Dog, you put the entire this man put the entire college football wide receiver who's been drafted where in this dude comment section. It was like you was the only one in the comment section. I'm like, Luke got way too much time on his hands, man. Like, you gotta find something dog to do.
It only takes me 5 minutes. You the one turn me on to Chat GPT.
The dude only had like 2,000 followers. I'm like, why is Luke even in here? Get out of here, dog. Like,
that motherfucker, William Joseph sends me every negative thing that's said about me. I don't care where a bitch got. And I had to tell William Joseph, is it like a thing that you keep sending me negative shit? When you gonna balance this shit off and send me some positive shit? It's like you send me every negative thing that a motherfucker got to say about me. A nigga who got 2,000 followers. He's a nothing and nobody. But then I'm got minding my own business late at night, and I go and look at the shit, and I say, okay, let me look at this shit. And then I go and look at it. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm done with work, and I see this shit. Okay, let me. Oh, you ain't even calling my name, but I'm gonna get into this. Mama blast your ass because at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. People do, and so I made a decision because I really genuinely like Beard. I like him as a person. I don't like what he said to my guy and about the school that I was coaching. You have to move on. But then when you look at the body of work, everybody moves on. Ray going over here and he's happy and everybody is happy. And now the question becomes, okay, all right. So what are you doing? The rules. It's recruiting. Here's my rules. Recruiting, developing, retaining, and get drafted. So of those 4 things, and you got to check the box. How do you check the box in evaluating your coach? All right. Recruiting.
That's everybody homework. All right, that's everybody homework.
Y'all put it in the chat. Come on, you fuckers in the chat. Come on, everybody in the chat. Any college coach will tell you this. The 4 rules is recruiting, developing, retaining, and people getting drafted. Now, you do the fucking work. That's the standards that I stand on. That's the standards that every college coach stands on. So now y'all can make some shit up if you want to. Recruiting, bingo. I'm with you on that. Recruiting. In order for you to develop, you got to retain.
Retaining.
In order for you, hey, so you can recruit, yes, recruiting, yes. Develop. In order for you to know the fruits of your label, they got to get drafted. That tells you whether they get developed, correct?
They draft picks incomplete.
Hey, and so Streeter, I be standing to get corrected, right? So this is what I do. I said, well, Luke, you might be doing a disservice. You might be being a little too hard, right? And a little too harsh. So go do some homework on your little spare time, Luther. Okay, so I went and did some homework, Streeter. And this is what I did, right? I said, you know what? Let me go and look and see what some of these other schools did. Let me go see how many people LSU got drafted, right? And I looked at a stat about retaining JoJo gone, Ray gone, Nakar gone, Robinson gone, Washington gone, Horton gone, Young gone. What you looking at, Streeter? That's not retaining. So you can't even figure out whether or not that's being developed. So I went in again. Not me. When people, I just go to
Kevin Beer's credit, Luke. To Kevin Beer's credit.
Excellent job.
Who the fuck is bringing in these transfer portals? Because Kevin Beard is not going to get these transfer portal guys. So he's recruiting guys. Then somebody else, the transfer portal recruiter,
whose job is to retain these people? Whose job is to develop them? Him, right? If you develop a guy, you retain him, right? Right?
No. I don't know. If you was at the house and you hired a pool guy, right?
Okay,
and your wife keep hiring other pool guys for other days, right?
If you come up with a good one with this, they're gonna hire you in the White House.
It's still your job to retain your pool guy, but your wife is hiring other pool guys for Thursday and Wednesday. So it's your fault when your pool guy leaves?
So this is what I went and did this also. Streeter, I went and did this also. So, because I want to be fair to everybody. And I just stopped. When I started digging, I really just stopped. And see you dragging me down this rabbit hole again. So I said, Luke, you may be being unfair. In the last 4 years, go get Georgia, LSU. I'm giving y'all some more homework in the chat. Georgia, LSU, Alabama. So you say, oh, they the criminal of the criminal. All right, let's go get LSU, who ain't won shit, and let's go get USC. And we can go over there to Colorado, who ain't won shit for real, right? And you add them 16, and of the 4 years, how many motherfuckers got drafted? How many motherfuckers they retained? And how many people got drafted? You got fucking LSU, who ain't won dooley squat. Them 5-2 coaches got at one year, 2 motherfuckers drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
Every year consistently. You got goddamn Georgia, Alabama, first round, second round, and all kind of shit. You got fucking USC sorry ass, who ain't been nowhere near the money. Every year they got a motherfucker drafted. Maybe 1 year they miss. Alabama, SEC ain't won the motherfucking national championship in 3 years. I'm just saying. So you have things going on. Those guys would be, and hold on, no, Ohio State. Ohio State got 2 motherfuckers drafted in 1 year. So you had to be able to recruit, you had to be able to develop, and retain. In order for you to be a great coach, you're developing. I'm retaining you. You love me. You're not getting ready to leave me because we're developing. I'm getting you better. And then once I develop you, and I'm developing and retaining works together. We're working on a mission to go in somewhere. You believe in me. You know I ain't on no sucker shit. And then now I retained you, and I ain't got to go get no whole bunch of wholesale group of niggas every year in my room because I'm developing my guys in my room, and them dudes get drafted, and that goes on my resume. That's how I work. I'm just saying.
To Beard's defense, I think things.
I'm not done. We're not fighting Beard.
I think things have changed a little bit, Luke. I think money has changed things. I think the transfer portal has changed.
Why didn't change for all those teams I just told you?
They're putting people in the league.
Yeah, because they retained.
But if you were to examine their roster, I'm sure they got some of the same transfer portal issues. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't. I did examine it. All the motherfuckers who got drafted, all the motherfuckers who got drafted, Streeter, them motherfuckers there was recruited there, and them motherfuckers there got developed, them motherfuckers got retained, and then they got drafted. And
well,
now
we doing something different here, man. We doing something different here. It's the quarterback position. We doing something different too, Luke.
No. Georgia and all them, they go get quarterbacks too. Everybody go get quarterbacks. That list.
Georgia went what they got this year.
Streeter.
Ohio State went what they got.
And you see where that ended up at.
Ass whooping by Miami.
hey, Streeter. Of that group, I told you about. Of that group, of all them people who left here, I'm gonna tell you like this: all those guys who left, I would say 70% of them gonna get drafted.
Of the guys that left,
the ones that I called off,
that left Miami.
Yes, 70% of them gonna get drafted. Horton,
Chance Robinson, Nycard, Josiah Trader, Ray,
JoJo. 70% of them are going to get drafted. 30% no. Whoever falls into the 30%, 70% of them boys gonna get drafted.
And we're not getting guys drafted. That's kind of weird. I mean, it's just kind of weird.
I ain't doing this, people. This man asked me this shit. We're not. This not a bash Beard moment. I love Beard. Maybe me and Beard have a cocktail. You know, I might have to slap him up a little bit, but I'm just saying. You look at that list. The list of motherfuckers left here. That don't supposed to happen. You think you don't see no motherfucker leaving no goddamn Ohio State like that?
They all got people leaving.
Not no draftable motherfuckers. Not no draftable motherfuckers.
Well, you know you leave Ohio
in the
State.
top 3 rounds. No. I said draft, Chris. Don't do that, Chris. Don't do that, Chris. I said drafted. There's 7 rounds, Chris. We haven't had a bitch get drafted in 7 rounds in 2 years, 3 years, and maybe 5 years, Chris.
Sam Brown didn't get drafted?
No, fuck no.
No?
Put my
sure about that?
Back on.
You sure about that?
Back on for that shit. Hey, listen, man. Sam Brown thank you, Chris.
Undrafted.
Chris telling the truth down there.
Sam Brown didn't get drafted.
He did. Nobody got Streeter. Let me ask you this.
What's up?
If your running back room playing out of control and you don't have to go get no running backs, if your O-line, your O-line room is playing out of control, you don't have to go get no O-lineman. If your D-line is developed and playing out of control and you retain them, you don't have to go get no wholesale change of D-lineman. If your DB's playing out of control and you don't have to go get them, that says that you recruited right and you're developing right and you're retaining, correct? We had to go get a bunch of DBs because the DBs we had sucked.
We're bad.
They were ass. And we went and got some DBs, right? The D line, we had to go get no whole bunch of motherfucking D linemen because Jason Taylor developed the shit out them motherfuckers. We had to go get no linebackers because the previous linebacker coaches that we had did a good job, but we recruited the right guys and we retained them. The only department on this team where we had to go get 70% of new players, and the players that we bring in, they become number one receivers or number two receivers. It is the receiver position.
You think that's what's happening?
The numbers don't lie. You got a baby that came out of high school and became your number one receiver. Your number two receiver came out of the portal. Your number three receiver came out of the portal. The previous year, your number two receiver came out of the portal.
Right.
And he dropped everything that motherfucker moved, and then they start throwing it to George.
But you can't. But you can't. You can't give him credit for not.
And we didn't use
and then not give him credit. And then not give him credit for Malachi. I mean, he arguably has the best player on the team in his room. So if you're not gonna give him credit, then you got to give him credit.
Okay,
for getting one on the field.
When you got four guys. Look at the stats.
I don't know. I honestly, personally, I don't think that's what's happening in that room. That's what's going on. What you just explained exactly is what's going on. But honestly, I think the philosophy is changing. It's just like I don't think it's the fact that none of those quarterbacks on the team can't be thrust out there into action. I think their philosophy is that we're gonna go get an old quarterback. This shit is working for us, and we're gonna get him to throw to some older wide receivers. And that's that. Did you develop Josiah? Did you develop did you develop these guys? I don't even know if they had a chance.
Streeter, receivers, Malachi Tony, 169 yards, 169 receptions, 1,200 yards, longest 81 yards. Second guy, Marion, 57 receptions, 700 yards.
That's your transfer portal guys. That's your transfer portal guys.
I know.
That's what we decided to start.
Daniels, 50 receptions, 500 yards, longest 47. You take the 47 off the 500, that motherfucker in the 400s. That's your third.
That's your transfer portal guys.
The transfer. Thank you.
So whose decision is that?
Thank you.
I honestly believe you swap Josh Moore.
Hold on, did he get
Josiah Trader? Give me a minute now. I believe if you swap Josh Moore, Josiah Trader with Marion and CJ, Josh Moore, Josiah produces more. Why that decision is being made, I don't know. I don't know.
You down there asking questions, not me. I'm the bad guy on the side. I'm the guy who they want to. When I do bring these things up, then everybody want to say, "Oh, you just mad because Ray ain't playing." No, I am University of Miami first. I never told Ray to go there.
No, I was never about Ray.
Any one of my
the
players
people who say that, that's
playing,
a quick
it's about the program.
It was never about Ray. People who say that, that's just quick.
But that was the excuse. They didn't want to
know the story behind it.
Exactly. They couldn't handle the truth. Yeah. And so these fuckers get on here. Look at that. I'm talking about all receivers. Your next best receiver has 748 yards. His longest reception was 61 yards. You take the 61 off of that. That man in the 600s. That man, boss. Trader only got 13 fucking catches.
Chris Bradford say, nah, y'all talking about two freshmen and a true sophomore with only one star under his belt. Chris Bradford, we come from a place where we have fucking football players, okay? Give a fuck about Malachi Tony was 17 years old. Those two guys would have outplayed the two guys that we started. I think we started the two guys because of experience. Marion had one catch for 6 yards in the national championship, Chris Bradford. We're talking about football players, Chris Bradford. Shit ain't got no age on it. Malachi Tony didn't have an age. He was 17 years old when he got there. No age. We're talking about dudes that play football, homie. I don't know where you from, Chris Bradford, but we talking about football players, bro. Where the fuck you from, Chris Bradford? But we talking about football players, okay? We can keep going back and forth on this, Luke. It's a good back and forth, man. Listen, I need to get the Hooters, bro.
Hey, look, Streeter.
Hey, I need to promote. I got something to promote before I get out of here, though. So let me know when we getting out of here.
Go ahead, promote what you gonna promote.
What you about to say, dog?
Streeter.
We was not supposed to go down this rabbit hole.
You and it's on tape. The villains are in here. They see that I did not say none of that shit. Hold on.
That's me. Listen, that's me. Listen, me and my lady creating content now. It's called K Street on Footballville. We're gonna get on everything, but y'all come follow us on, I said Footballville, on Facebook, man. Look, we out here doing we out here doing some funny stuff, man. Y'all come follow us.
Information every woman should know. So I just found out that universal sign.
You did good. You got a nice looking
ladies.
lady.
I have some information that every woman should know. So I just found out that this is the universal sign of abuse. So whenever you're in a situation where you might be being abused and you need to let somebody know, remember you can. Ladies, I have some information that everyone
come follow us on Gay Street. Man. You know what I'm saying? We're on Facebook right now, so come follow us. That's it right there. If you really look at it, man.
Hey man, make sure y'all follow my man Street, K Street. Y'all go follow him over there. Hey, look here, man. I should have did this when you start talking about wide receivers.
Man, listen, I wanted you to talk about how do you get talent on the field, and the answer is creativity. You said it, and our guy may not be as creative as he should be. Personnel wise, period. It seems like he does things where the personnel sometimes doesn't add up with what we're trying to accomplish. Period.
It falls square on the offensive coordinator. I totally blame the offensive coordinator. Hey, but then again, you know, this is a brand new year, and hopefully, just like you say, you're bringing all these bodies in, and it's only one football, and if you brought in a little white guy, slot guy, I shouldn't say white guy, he's a football player. Brought in a little slot guy. The quarterback brought his Louis with him. We already know he's gonna get the ball to his homeboy. He is not gonna lead the game. His homeboy ain't gonna be in no national championship game and get 6 yards. That ain't fucking happening. That's
listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, and I heard he's a dog too. I talked to my people from Cali, man. They say the boy is a dog. They say the only reason he went to Harvard is because he was a scholar. He had every D1 offer in the book. He could play.
I love it. I fucking love it. But the question is going to be, when that ball getting distributed all over the place, it's going to be very interesting. Hey,
no, he gonna throw the ball around.
Hey. To make one thing about those receivers, they divas. And Mr. Dawson, at Dawson Creek over there, the Charlie Kirk friend, I'm gonna sit here. Luther Campbell, the Jamaican. I'm gonna sit here and look at the bloody thing with my rice and peas, one here and peas and rice over there with some crack coke. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Street. I'm going to the game. I don't coach no high school football no more. I might get into the sports marketing business. Me and you got to talk about that. But I'm just gonna be sitting there chilling. I get to go to games. I'm not gonna be on UM sideline, but I'm gonna be on some other places. I go to FAMU games. Hey, this is gonna be the first time in 22 fucking years that I can roll around the country and go see all my kids play. Like one of my boys get ready to play. Huh?
You see the video I sent you with the STA guy saying that he wants somebody to come take over his program. He think ECU is already did it. You saw what I sent you?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Man, so STA coach, Texas coach says he wants somebody to come take over his program. They can take over the whole program. make content, show everything. They just want to put money in the program. He said,
What?
I think ECU has already took my idea with Mr. Beast.
Hey, look
But
here.
that's what we looking for.
That's what.
Yep.
Listen, man. Listen. You saw we had the head coach from Florida A&M on here, and we upped his fundraiser 30%. The man
Really?
on $500,000 in donation. And matter of fact, y'all go donate to FAMU football because that's what we're gonna do. See, that's what the fuck I'm on. I'm on that. Give the money to the black colleges so that they can put it in their facilities and their NIL, because we don't have to be second class to nobody. We don't have to be second class to nobody. They need to build facilities in there, and them kids go over there and they have another place that they can go to. That's what it's all about. Hey, but ladies and gentlemen, my man Streeter, he got to go to the chicken place. He always see, I told y'all that. I told y'all in my last podcast, when this fucking Streeter come on here, I'll do a whole nother motherfucking hour with him. It'd be 2 long hours of good content. Good content. We went from Jay-Z to fucking Trump to Trump calling them Obama monkeys to we went everywhere. And the man drugged me down a fucking rabbit hole talking about receivers.
I'm gonna edit the Jay-Z video for you so you can air it with the shorts, though. I'm gonna edit it real fast for you. I think I can edit it. That's some hardcore shit, but
please do. Just always have the girls coming up with a red face. Thank you, Streeter, for joining me, man. I really appreciate my brother. Y'all go to K Street. Hey, man, make sure y'all go to my man Streeter, all of his social media. Right, I'm sorry. Where the fuck did I go? I killed my own self. Hey, make sure y'all go over there and y'all check out Streeter at Football Bill on all his social media platforms. Keep up with the newest and greatest shit in youth football, University of Miami College, all of it. You can go to his website page, not website, but you go over there to his any one of his social media platforms. You can see the Lil Jeremiah Smith, you can see the Lil JoJo, you can see the Lil Freeman, the Lil Duke Johnsons, and all that stuff to see where these kids came from to where they had, and the Lil goddamn of Fernando Mendez who getting ready to get drafted. So it's a beautiful thing. Thanks to my brother. Hey, I want to thank you guys for being on the show today. Hey, we had a good time as usual. The Uncle Luke Show, and it's about you. It's about you. I love the engagement that we had with all the people in the chat today, which is a beautiful thing. We got to do a lot more of that. You know, again, we're on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 5 p.m. We live. We just ran clean over. We started taping early. I thought I'd be over and then it'll be a rebroadcast. We rebroadcast the show on a consistent basis throughout the day and the night, because we know most of the people, a lot of people, you know, weren't able to see the show. So we kind of rebroadcast it. But if you need to see any broadcast of any of our shows that we do here on Uncle Luke Podcast, you can always go to my YouTube channel, Uncle Luke TV, and there's a whole bunch of other shit on there that you can see, some shows and things like that, videos and all that. But if you want to see any one of the shows that we did of our podcast, go over there. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go to Uncle Luke YouTube, Uncle Luke TV at YouTube, and be a member. You know, we're gonna start doing some private events for people where it's only the subscribers. You know, and that's what we're gonna do. And so again, thank you. Make sure y'all have a great weekend. I got New England Patriots, because one of my former players, Carlton Davis, is playing over there at New England. So I am supporting Carlton Davis to win the fucking Super Bowl, bring that ring back home, and that's what I want to see. So I mean, for the most part, I just want to thank you guys. This cold ass fucking weather, and shouts out to the people who gave me this. You know, them boys there, they got, you know, good thing going. I'm always showing love to black organizations. If you got a shirt you want me to wear, hit me in the DM. I'll put your shit on. I'll advertise yourself. That's what it's all about. You ain't got to pay no money. You know, it's all about that. Hey, again, we on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, YouTube, Uncle Luke TV, Facebook, fan page. Make sure y'all go over there and be a member and be a fan over there. My Twitter and Instagram is Uncle Luke Real One, and you can always find me on TikTok. That's Uncle Luke 305. But until the next time, in the words of Walter Cronkite, like I always say, enjoy your weekend and may the good news be yours. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Make the booty go, 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 pop, pop, make the booty go, pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.